100% accurate. This ancient Bitcoin trend has proven time and time again to be completely 100% correct with its confirmations throughout Bitcoin's history. And will it prove to be correct once again in proving the true direction of Bitcoin's price action here in 2019? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and this ancient trend indication and indicator that we have seen here in the chart dating back over a decade, which has not failed in showing the true direction of Bitcoin one single time. This, my friends, is the Google Trends data. Now, of course, I know, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the moon boys here. Oh, Kirby, well, people just don't search for Bitcoin, Kirby, so oh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a moon boy, a hodler, but especially a moon boy, for the sake of this video, I'm going to need you to leave your astronaut helmet at the door, because this data is something that should not be ignored. Not if you're a trader, not if you're a hodler, not if you're a long-term, short-term investor, etc., etc. This information right here is valuable and is too interesting and too prevalent with, I'm telling you, historically a 100% accuracy rate to be ignored. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into it. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is obviously not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. So let's begin here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Google Trends data. This is the worldwide data. And this is going back as far as we can go, which is 2004 to present. Obviously, Bitcoin was not around back then, so the data starts when Bitcoin was, the inception, right? And we start to get our real data at about 2011, when the search volume did, in fact, start to pick up. So, what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? What we have here is a startling find, right? And we're going to begin all the way back here in 2013. And this is where the data really starts to get interesting, right? So here we are on the BLX chart. This is the liquid index for Bitcoin. This is the oldest chart to my knowledge of Bitcoin, which begins in 2011 with price action at rather late 2010, and this is the monthly chart we're looking at, monthly candles, all right? So what I want you guys to notice here is that we had our first large bubble on this chart after we start seeing some data here, right? I want to discredit this area back here. There's not enough data. We're going to begin with the first bubble here in 2013, right? So let's take a look. We had our first Bitcoin bubble back in 2011, blow off top, and we kind of flatlined here. As we could see, the search volume went from a 3, that is a relative strength number, right, guys? Relative to the all-time high number, which was 100, and that was in December 2017. So now that we understand what we're looking at here, this is a 3 compared to a 100 in December 2019, all right? So we flatlined after that first bubble, and then we get into 2013, right? And what we see happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we had a 1 in October 2012, 1 December 2012, etc., etc. March 2013, we have an uptick to 3. That is essentially 3x, right? It's two more index points higher than where we were just a month prior. So now let's take a look at February 2013 and see what happened between then and March 2013. So if we go over here, ladies and gentlemen, right? Let's get to March and February. We'll zoom in here, all right? So where are we? 2013. Okay. So February, ladies and gentlemen, we had just began coming out of this consolidation period here, and this was the February candle. It was actually a beautiful higher high, right? Don't forget these are monthly candles, so we had a complete candle body above this level here, and the next month after that, it was an absolute moonshot, to say the least, of literally 200%. That next candle, which was the next month, and the candle after that, wicking all the way up an astonishing 729%. That is coming after we saw an uptick in the Google trend data from a 1 to a 3, right? Where did we find our top on this Google search volume? April 2013, from a 3 to an 8, 1 month later, right? So let's go into the 1 month after this, and we peaked, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, right here, which was the top of this run before we saw a consolidation period, where we then saw the data go down, right? No price action, nothing happening here with the search volume. The uptick ended, right? We went from an 8 all the way back down to a 2. And throughout this time, we did not see any movement in the price of Bitcoin relative to what we just saw here from February with the uptick from a 1 here, right? Well, actually, I'll put this in text form, make this white so we could see it. 14. We had our 1 right at this candle. We had then our 2 at this candle. Let's make this nicer. 2. And then ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, we had our 8 all the way up here, and we had our then fall back to a 2 all the way back there, where we did see no action. Now, let's fast forward. Where do we see our uptick once again? September 2013, we are still consolidating at a 2. October 2013, we get an uptick to 3, and then November to 10. So let's see, if we were playing this, right, hypothetically, if you were following this as an analyst and said, soon as you see an upward tick out of this consolidation, we traded at a 2, ladies and gentlemen, for 1, 2, 3, 4 months in a row. So if you were monitoring this and said, hey, when this does get an uptick in search volume, I'm going to take a long entry here because it has not failed thus far. The buy signal would have been here in October 2013, where we saw a 50% increase in search volume from a 2 to a 3. Let's see what happened here. Let's get the date correct, on October 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, we would have seen the buy signal come in right on this candle here, all right? So if we got that data, we would have bought, which, let's say, the latest, right? The latest, we'll hover over this candle, the absolute high of the candle, right? Say you just bought literally the top of the candle. It was 213. That gives us no room for error because you could have literally bought the top, right? And we use our price range tool here. Ladies and gentlemen, that buy signal resulted in a 443% move in the following month, where we then saw our peak from a 3 to a 10, to then a 12. Let's see the next following month. All right, so the next month after that, yeah, we got our peak here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely astonishing. That buy signal in October to then the peak in December would have resulted in a monstrous opportunity, right? Insane. Now, let's see what happened after that, right? Peak, December 2013. January, you get an 8, right? So say that then you bought the top of this candle, right? Say you missed it, right? And now we're looking at the top of this. You bought the higher high, right? Then you would have got the month after, and you would have seen that there was a decline in the search volume to an 8, right? and maybe you waited 1 month longer to a 9 and you're, you know what, this is kind of not looking good. We're not creating higher highs anymore. We're actually stagnating lower. If you sold on the downtick instead of, you know, looking for this to continue rising, you see, sheesh, went from a 12 to an 8, and you sold here. Of course, you would have taken a loss if you bought the top of this candle, but you would have wound up selling here. And then look what happened to the price, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute beginning of the next bear market. So once again, did we get our sell signal here on the 1 month of making a new low on the trending data, and it signified the beginning of a bear market. Now things are going to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Things are about to get interesting here because I'm about to cover the whole run that we were on just now throughout 2017, 2018, and how relevant this actually has become. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes. Moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. And ladies and gentlemen, I do encourage you to share this video and this analysis with any of your crypto trading friends, just other traders in the space. I believe this is a metric that everybody in the space must become aware of because of how accurate it has been. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Here we are all throughout the consolidation period post-bubble apocalypse, right? That was our indicator here. We went from a 12 down to an 8. And that would have been the sell signal after we had so many buy signals in a row, right? And if you had just held on, ladies and gentlemen, from the first buy signal, that's over 8,800% gains just from the first signal alone. But let's get into this right now here. So let's see what happened here. We started out consolidating between a 3 and a 2, right? There would have been some sell signals along the way. Maybe you could have tried to buy, but here's what really starts to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is we exit our consolidation zone here, and we wind up going from a 3 to a 4 to a 5. That would have been 2 months in a row of higher highs, right? For me, this would have been the buy signal. We would have come out of this data from consolidating 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 to then getting a 4, which could have been a buy signal in and of itself. But if you weren't feeling confident, then there was a 5. And that 5 was now 2 months in a row of a higher search volume for the term Bitcoin. This, my friends, was December 2016. Let's go to December 2016. All right, my friends. This was the candle right here. And as we can see, from that point, Bitcoin went on to reach an astonishing near $20,000 price valuation and literally over 2,400% in gains. Now, this is the signal in and of itself, right? Because we would have had gone from a consolidation range of a 2-3 to then a 4, a 5. If not, again, you still could have bought on the 6. That would have been 3 confirmations in a row. And then what we would have been looking for here, personally, what I would have been looking for then, if I was trading this, I was not trading it at the time. I was unaware of how great this indicator was. But now I believe moving forward, this could be a very, very useful tool to keep in the arsenal moving forward now that we have essentially 3 bubbles worth of data here to build off of. I still would not have sold here at the 6 because why? I bought at a 5 and we were consolidating here. 6, 6, 7, 6. I still would have held my position until it would have fallen below a 5, right? The 5 would have been the support. It's crazy to be thinking of this Google trend data as a technical analysis, but truthfully, as I'm analyzing this chart here, this is what I see. Now, we would never have sold here, in my opinion, because it never went below that 5 support. And what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner. There is that parabolic jump from a 6 to a 15 in 1 month time. And if we look at that, that was April 2017 to May 2017. So let's go here. This was April 2017 right here. And let's see if we bought the top of the candle, right? We'll always go off the top so that the moon boys, you know, whatever. Top of the candle to the next month, 100% move to the upside based off of this signal right here alone. Now, let's say that you then got in after that, right? Let's say that you got in after that candle, okay? You still would have been fine because of the parabolic rise up, did not fall back below the 6 support. It went down to 13, but did not break the old support. And we continued our climb, ladies and gentlemen, from then a 13 to a 21, all right? And I believe the rest speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen, right? Even if you were here in August 2017, a 21, right? And then you got a 22 in October, which even if you were late to the party, you could have said, well, we're still trending upwards. Got my October confirmation that the trend data, the search volume is still rising higher. I'm going to open a long here in October. And ladies and gentlemen, what did we get here again? From that signal, as late as it was, over 200% to the upside off that late confirmation. Okay, and now we're going to get to the downside here, where the data once again is just so incredibly astonishing. If you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. I hope that you all share this data with every crypto trader you know. Share this video analysis with them so we can walk through this together and see just how incredible this truly is. So December 2017, ladies and gentlemen, right? We had our absolute peak in the data here at 100. We then had a fall off to 56 in January, right? So, of course, if you were holding from that last buy signal, because you could have certainly saw, you know, oh my, we just jumped, crazy, jumped, and that's another signal, so I'm going in again, right? And you could have had the wherewithal to say, well, if we drop off significantly after this, I'm going to sell for a loss. Or if you were shorting, etc., this could have been a short signal, right? So if you bought the top in December, the next month closed at a 56. That is a 44-point drop off in the search volume. For me, it's a sell signal, right? So if you were to have bought the top there, right? Or say you were just still holding, right? Let's say that you bought this signal in October, right? Or you bought any of the other buy signals along this uptrend. There was plenty. And you were just holding. And now you were waiting for a point where you were going to exit your position. You got the sell signal here in January, right? And let's say you sold the absolute bottom. Say you panicked and it bottomed, right? You still would have gotten out of Bitcoin at 91.65. You can see that number on the right-hand side in the top window. The low was 91.65, or what I think is more a better metric to see is the close, which was 10,162, because you wouldn't have gotten this data until that monthly close, right? So you could have gotten it February 1st. This data comes out. You see, oh my, that was a 44% loss essentially in the search volume. I'm out. And the close, which would have been, you know, within 24 hours of that data coming out, was 10,162 on Bitcoin. And I mean, obviously, we all know what went on to happen, you know, the next month, an absolute debacle. The low was below 6,000 on that signal, right? So if we look at the next month, it continued to trend lower, which would have been a short signal, right? February 2018, we went from a 56 to a 41 short signal, right? We see that this was creating now lower lows, right? 56 to 41. Say that you took that and said, oh my, it hasn't been wrong on the way up. Why would it be wrong on the way down? And you short in February 2018 at the close, right? You have to remember that these are monthly closes, so it essentially would have been the very next day that you would have done it, being March 1st now, right? Again, look over to the top right of the screen in the top window. The open, which is exactly March 1st, ladies and gentlemen, opened at 10,300. If you were to short on that very day and close at the end of the month, the low was 65.90, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely insane. If we use our price range tool, that was an astonishing minus 42%. So if you were shorting, it would have been an absolute bonanza. If you had to exit a long position because you just didn't want to see the price of your asset devalue, you would have saved 42%. And we continue to get these all the way down, ladies and gentlemen, right? March 2018, we were at 23 and then go to a 19. So, right, if you missed that in February, right, you would see, oh my, March went to from a 41 to a 23. If you then shorted in March, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you get the idea here, right? This thing has been so pinpoint accurate the entire way. It's absolutely incredible. And what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin right now, as we stay hovering around this 4,000 area, Bitcoin right now continues to stagnate and is tentatively looking to put in another low here in March 2019. We can see December 2018, we were at a 13. We've declined to a 10. We've consolidated in February at a 10 once again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are tentatively seeing here, the month has not ended, right? So we could see this data stagnate again. But right now, Google is projecting that it is going to finish out March with a 9. But the data is incomplete, so we're going to have to see, and I will be keeping you updated with this metric if you are subscribed here and follow along on the daily streams. Right now, to me, it appears we could be entering a consolidation period like the post-bubble apocalypse we saw here in 2013. That is looking very much like what we had on the Google data back then. Or we're still not done here, and it would be something like this, where we are going to get our final leg down before many months of sideways. Notice it doesn't change from 3 at all here, right? We're still getting a lot of changing in the metrics here and the volume, so I don't believe that we're in this period yet, although maybe it could be the start of it. But you guys know, with the other technical analysis I do, I'm not a firm believer that the bottom of the macro bear market has to be over yet. I still believe there's a possibility we put in new lows, and that kind of would go along with this analysis here from the Google trend data as well. It appears to me that the downward slope is still looking to slope downwards yet, and we have not hit this point of sideways consolidation with a stagnating, consistent volume like we would expect to see at the bottom of a market cycle. And for me right now, if this does close with a 9, right, we had a 13, a 10, and then a 9. And ladies and gentlemen, as I just showed you guys this whole way up, every time that we had an uptick in the volume, it was a buy signal. Every time we had a downtick in the search volume, it was a sell signal. And it has proven to be 100%. And if there is one anomaly in here I missed, ladies and gentlemen, then, I bite my tongue. Sorry, it was nearly 100%. But I do believe it is 100% for the most part with its accuracy. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results. And once again, this is not trading advice. This is not investment advice. This is only my own observation and idea of what I'm seeing here in the data, ladies and gentlemen. Always do your own research and your own due diligence. I'm not your financial advisor, and I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. And of course, just as we are wrapping this up here, of course, it's nearly the same thing with the search term crypto. It's nearly the same thing with the search term cryptocurrency, just to put this out there for you guys. And I know that the main objection, and you will see the Moon Boys in the comment section, oh, Kirby, well, why would they search the word Bitcoin, Kirby, when everybody already knows what Bitcoin is? The thing is that you must understand that you can't just assume that. People don't just search Bitcoin to see what Bitcoin is. They type in Bitcoin, they hit news, right? For all the most relative mainstream articles. They type in Bitcoin and then click a video such as this one that appears at the top of the Google search engine. They type in Bitcoin, hit images for the logo, etc., etc. To say that people are only searching Bitcoin when they don't know what Bitcoin is very foolish. That's not the truth here, guys, and we see it. Why would this data pick up then when the market upticks, right? Why would the data go down when the market downticks? And why would this happen over and over again with nearly 100% accuracy if people were only looking up Bitcoin when they didn't know what Bitcoin was? I'll tell you, I've been in this space for a very long time, and I definitely search the term Bitcoin, click news, click images, look for relevant things related to Bitcoin just by using the word Bitcoin, as it's an ease of use for me. And I know that you guys do as well. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I hope the Moon Boys left their astronaut helmet and costume at the door, because to close your eyes here and make like this data is not relevant is absolutely insane when we've seen the confirmations result in absolutely huge upticks time and time again, and also on the contrary, the bearish confirmations result in huge losses, or if you've been shorting this market like I have, absolutely huge life-changing gains there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of data that I am crunching on a daily basis when I am making my trades. You guys know that I also do technical analysis on the immediate trends. I trade on the 4-hour and the daily mostly. This market has been nothing short of life-changing for me over the past several years here. The bear market especially has been extremely lucrative by shorting these downturns here. And with this data being as historically accurate as it has, this is definitely a new tool that I'm keeping in the arsenal to crush this market and get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in my trade alerts, I post all of my real-time trades, my real-time strategies, trade setups, entries, exits, take profits, etc. I post that all in real time in VIP for you. My VIP exclusive trade alerts for my VIPs. I will see you in VIP right now. If you are interested in that, I will see you in VIP. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below in the comment section what you think of this. This is an absolutely astounding find that I've seen here when we correlate the data together and compare the price movements to the Google search volume. Trading is so much based around human emotion and psychology, and I believe what we may be seeing here in the search volume on the world's most famous search engine is one of the purest and most organic psychological indicators that we can see here for the space, and it has proven time and time again to just be so pinpoint accurate that I do not believe it should be something that should be overlooked. So I encourage you to share this with every crypto trader you know. Share this video as we've walked through years of data here, and I believe is extremely important for every crypto trader to see, to keep in the back of their mind and understand the influence that this data has had on the market throughout the course of time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP. I will keep you updated in absolute real time with my trades, entries, exits, setups, take profits, etc. as I continue to crush this market and get this crypto. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to share this with every crypto trader you know. I want this data to be stored in their mental storage in the back of their mind as we move forward to more lucrative and prosperous times ahead in this crazy market. Ladies and gentlemen, so until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.